Welcome to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered. This is DeAndre.
This is Nick.
It's Big Mama, aka Thick and Juicy.
See, I never know how to introduce myself. It's Kanisha, because I'm just always thrown off.
About what?
Big and Juicy.
No.
She got a new name every week.
Every single week and every time. See, y'all can just say y'all.
There's a difference
but
from
when
big
she
and
says
juicy and thick and
hers,
juicy.
It is.
when she says hers,
big and
it's
juicy.
always my turn next. So I'm like,
You can go first.
Big and juicy make you
no,
think of
I don't
Monique.
want to.
We got a guest on the show today. He has been here before. Mark.
My name is Mark, and I don't know my dimensions.
Tall and skinny.
Oh.
It's like,
We don't say skinny, we say slim.
Pause.
pause.
What?
What is this pause about? Okay, I've been hearing people say it all the
It's
time.
like when you say
It's
something,
when you say
kind
something
of
that can be borderline
questionable,
gay.
suspect,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
you say pause.
I've been saying pause a lot. You know, we've been doing leaves. So I tell one of my workers, like, yo, back. I tell him, come back the truck or back the thing up. I say pause. I mean, like, back the truck up. But I say, hey, back it up. But I gotta tell him, yo,
So instead of
pause.
saying no homo, you say pause.
Yeah, because you can't say no homo no more with the LGBT.
I'm
community.
saying it.
Well, the LGBT community is canceling a lot of people.
Yeah,
so you
whatever.
gotta say pause.
So
They
anybody
cancel
can say
themselves.
pause?
Yeah, pause.
The heck?
Like PAUSE?
How come we can't cancel them when they say something?
Because they more powerful than us.
How?
They stick
They are.
together.
It's true. I love y'all. But still, y'all can say whatever y'all
I
want.
just
How come
wanna
we
know
can't say
how.
whatever we want?
Just think about it. Black people. We don't stand together. We got the light skin.
But we can say
Well,
nigga.
the LGBT, that could
They
be-
all together.
Yeah, they all
I
together.
don't want to talk about this shit.
No. The energy is live here. The energy is.
We
live.
allowed to say nigga.
We trying to cancel that word.
Since when? You just caught us.
Canceling it.
I'm trying to cancel that word.
I don't say it often, but I said
How
it
was y'all
then.
weekend?
Splendid.
I said it then.
Exquisite.
I
That's
don't
the word
even
of the day.
remember. Oh no, I had a good weekend. I had a good weekend.
Why did you just say it like that? Why did you have a
Superb.
good weekend?
Why do you always pick up on my cues?
Well, why was your weekend
It
good?
was just a great weekend.
Why?
Why was yours a great
No.
weekend?
Why was yours good? Did you utilize those nails?
No, I did not.
No.
No.
Why was it good?
Actually,
was-
the nails looking nice.
Thank you.
A little dull though. Wonder why.
She was doing
Oh,
all
we
this
on
ticked
air.
off for people.
They're not. He's not good. He's not.
Why did you have a good weekend?
Well, I actually had Sunday off. I work a lot. I work 7 days a week, so I had to finally had a day off, and I got to just chill.
Damn.
I got to chill. It was great.
You go to church?
What is chilling? What's your definition? Because
Watch movies.
Chilling is relative.
I was
so-
watching movies.
You go to
I
church?
went to I did not go to church. I went to what's her face? What's the outlets? I went to outlets.
Grove City?
Grove City, yes.
Nice.
by yourself.
No.
Who did you go with? Richard.
Dick? That's another word for Richard.
I know. No.
Who did you go with? Who did you go with?
Oh my gosh. Somebody. I went with a fellow friend.
Oh, what's his name?
Why?
What's
Why?
his name? What do you call him? Zaddy?
No.
What do you call him?
Why is this? I call him Richard.
Did you just get this typical Richard?
His name is actually Richard.
That was a good guess.
It was a good guess. Heck of a guess. Kudos to me.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, I wasn't here last week.
Richard.
You guys missed my
Okay.
presence.
So how was your weekend? Now that that's out,
It was.
takes 15.
you're right.
How was
It
your weekend?
My weekend was good. I had a good weekend.
What did you do?
Just chill. We went.
What is chilling me?
Well, there was a party for Angel, who used to be on the guest. We found her this past weekend to celebrate her birthday. We celebrated her birthday weekend by going to where's the restaurant? Filter in Cleveland. Pretty dope restaurant. We was took a party bus up there with a bunch of Bad Girls Clubs members and
Wait, the ones from
Excuse
Youngstown?
me?
no, not those ones.
Oh,
Excuse me? A bunch of
Oh,
what?
she was one of them.
bad and bougie. Go ahead.
Whoa.
No. That's
RP takeoff.
R.I.P.
She said bad and bougie. We
oh,
got to throw that in.
Wait, what?
Bad and bougie was a Migos song. I just had to we got to take a
Oh,
moment
y'all
for
know that
silence
go
for
over my
takeoff.
head. Okay. Good. R.I.P.
RP takeoff.
yeah. How was your weekend though?
That was fantastic.
Why?
I had a blast.
Why?
I was outside with my friends, and we was doing stuff, and I was getting drunk, and I had fun.
I don't think we can hear you.
My mic is off.
Push her mic all the way in. Oh, bam! There it is.
We didn't hear you this whole time, friend.
Yeah, I mean, we picked her up in the background. Wasn't that important, anyways? What happened?
You was outside.
You was outside with your
You was
friends.
getting drunk.
If y'all think that I'm about to repeat myself, God damn it, I'm not.
Well, for the people that didn't hear her, she said she was outside with her friends getting drunk,
She had fun.
have
She
fun.
had fun.
She was bad and bougie.
She,
I didn't say that.
Oh, I see that. You're
RP
right.
takeoff.
I
she got
forgot.
laid.
I did not. Don't spread
I
lies.
said you were with Lay.
You did not say that. You did not say that. I said you were with me. You did not say that.
I did say that.
I know it. I'm with child.
Mark, how was your weekend?
It was excellent, man.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
So what I did, I spent time with family
Family.
in Pittsburgh,
Nice.
Pennsylvania, and then Sunday is Sunday. You know how my Sundays are.
Yeah.
So
Sun up, sun
Ministering
down.
all day
all day,
and night.
just all day, this time.
Oh, okay.
How was yours, Nicholas?
It's a busy season in our business, so I was pretty much working a lot this weekend. The leaves is falling, and we are removing leaves. Anybody that watches this, if you need some leaf removal services, give me a call. I don't want to put my phone number out there, but DM the podcast and say, looking to get in touch with Nick. Just put Nick in the DMs, and we'll make sure you're taken care of. Yeah, we're real busy with work, so I've been working like Kanisha 7 days a week. But
Kanisha was at Grove City.
I was off on Sunday. That's what I just
Don't
said.
sound like 7 days.
I finally got a day off. Dang, you. Wow.
I got a question. So
here we go.
they say that how can I form this? Let's see. What is your guys' opinion on this statement? That relationships work better when there is a side chick or a side dude.
I don't have side people.
Is that a true statement?
I've actually heard like a guy say that actually. They were like TikTok influencers and they were sitting around having a conversation and they were saying like exactly what Dre said. Like they think relationships work better like that because you have like a person to take stuff like out on and I'm about to go relieve my frustration out or whatever type of, on my side piece. And then I'm going to come back to you and give you all the, the calm and the good part of me. And they were saying,
because the side chick is like the decompressor.
yeah,
You think that's realistic?
absolutely not.
Why?
That's foolish.
Why?
Because what? Why are you with this person if they can't be all of that in one for you?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you with that person? Why do you need another person to do that?
I will have to agree.
I'm just the host. Kanisha, do you agree with the statement? Do you?
With side pieces?
Yes. Do you think that relationships work better because there is side chicks and side dudes?
No, my marriage was had a side piece, and it didn't work out well. So I don't think it works.
Do you think it would have worked better if you would have known about it?
No, I found out she was real ugly.
But what ugly is relative.
No,
What's ugly to you may
I
not
said
be.
that out loud.
What's ugly to you may not be ugly.
I don't
To
know. No, it's not. I tell you what, it's not gonna work with me.
Imagine how many people are rolling around with somebody that they really don't find that attractive because they only with that person because of the world deems where I should be with.
I would have to make an argument to say most people probably are with a person that they don't find fully attractive.
Mm-hmm. They just with them for different reasons.
Yeah.
Mark, what's your take?
For me personally, from my experience, one woman is enough to have to manage and deal with, and then to bring in a whole different personality that you have to manage, and you got to make everybody happy. And from the one point of them not knowing about each other, you got to make sure their paths don't intersect, that your time is distributed, and it's a whole lot of it's too much work. It's too much work. Now I cannot imagine them both knowing about each other. Like that's an interesting dynamic, but that wouldn't work for me.
There's a lot of people that have relationships like that, though.
Yeah,
And as long as you know what, you need to go talk to your side dude or side chick, and then come back and get your attitude together. That way we can function right.
and I think I saw the same person that Cy was referring to when it came to I don't know. For me, it was a woman that was talking, and her whole Instagram or social media is predicated on like she stands outside while her dude and the other woman are getting it in and everything. Yeah, so maybe it's a different person, but she was very forthcoming and vocal about it. And
She stands outside.
like
Of what,
that
the
was
door?
her. Like she was outside the door while they were
Getting
getting
it
it in. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I had a whole wait until the tail
And
moment.
when I find the page, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. Like her whole page is predicated on like was it polygamy?
Yeah.
All that stuff?
Yeah. Polyamory probably for
Yeah.
her. So does that mean that polygamy's off the table
Shut
for
up,
y'all?
Dre.
You know
What's
what?
polyamory?
It's basically a woman's version of polygamy. Like multiple husbands versus multiple wives.
No,
Oh,
it's the standing
Why
outside
did you
the
just
door.
perk up like that?
I said, oh
Yeah, but you went out. Like, you interested in?
no, I still can't do that. I can't do that anyways. No, I can't
Is
do
that
that.
why you got different color nails?
Oh man,
You like a variety. Is that what it is? Huh? Ain't that what you doing? Yeah.
I think. Dre, don't you like a variety?
And look at this.
Don't you like a variety, Dre?
Same color.
Yeah, they might be the
mean-
same color, but oh no, we're not gonna go there.
Yeah, they was all separate.
We're not gonna go there. Dre,
separate.
Dre,
And today Monday.
Dre, not
Ain't none
gonna do
of them.
that. We're not gonna do
So
it.
listen.
Not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. Man,
So polygamy is off the table for y'all then,
correct.
from what I'm hearing.
The
Let me ask-
financial benefits, I like it though.
So you can. Of course you do.
Well, can we
Yeah, so
can we
but I'm
expand on that?
I'm
You mean the
saying
financial
like
benefit?
I'm saying like listen, if all five of us right now at the table decided to go buy
Pause.
right, if all of us decided to go buy a house together and we
Oh,
all had
buy a
our
house,
and we
yes.
all had our
Go buy.
corporate, we had our own separate wings and we all paid, for the house, I'm down for that. But we not sleeping together. That is it.
Well, then you can't live there.
Right.
No, I'm just joking.
Correct.
I'm messing around.
I thought she said go buy like BI. That's why she said buy.
Buy? Oh, BUI, not
Yeah.
BUI. Got it.
Yeah.
No.
So, another question. Do y'all think body count matters
No.
prior to getting to a relationship?
No. I think it's childish for me.
Okay, hold on. Let me separate it because I already know. I can already sense this. So, as a woman, y'all don't think body count matters
No.
Like for
for a guy.
Like for us
Like
to ask
his
him
body
about
count?
it?
His body count.
No.
Let's go there first. Does his body count matter?
yes.
You said no.
I,
Why?
I say that if he's like been the town hoe,
Yeah, like that's
then it
not-
matters.
Okay, but what if he got the same amount of bodies as a town hoe, but he wasn't a hoe?
That there's
What?
no way if you can have the same amount of bodies as a town hoe and not be a hoe with the town hoe.
What if he was just in relationships with all them people?
Why are you that unstable?
Like why? I
But
definitely
what
don't
if he
want
just
you
had?
there.
What if he had a whole phase, and the whole phase was only for 2 years?
And he telling me he gonna see the town hoe. There's numbers to these. Okay, I say like 75 and up.
God dang.
God damn! Wait a minute.
town
That's a
hall.
lot.
It's a bit
That's a
much.
town hall.
It's a bit much.
But see, you got to think about
I
it.
don't
See,
even know
I've
75
dealt with,
people.
I've been around women who slept with 300 by the age of 22.
Jesus.
Yes.
Who are you being around? Porn stars?
Calculate that.
Right.
Listen, she was Australian.
She had a list.
Oh, what
She
did
was
that-
Australian.
What does that matter?
The
I
Australians,
don't
they
know.
get down
she,
like that?
She was ready. She had. She was there. That's what she.
No, look,
did.
I was watching this one TikTok and she was talking to her husband and
Ain't no
she
way.
asked him his body count and he was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm under. He said, I mean, I can't use two hands to count. So he said, I'm good. Then he went, I mean, what's yours? And she was like, I mean,
Oh, yeah, I see that.
I stopped counting around 340. He
Yeah.
went 340. You stopped counting around 300. He said, so you're a whore.
That's
I
beyond
see
horror.
that.
She said, I'm your wife. She said, yeah, but my whore's
Are y'all-
wife. Give me the ring back.
Are y'all asking people their body count? Well, not you.
No,
I think it's
we'll get there.
childish.
We'll get
Yeah,
there.
I'm
We'll get
not-
there. So as a man, does it matter about a woman's body count?
For me personally, prior to me, once it comes to me, her past is null and void at that point. So it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Hell yes. Yes.
All right, so what's your cutoff? So what
What's the number?
Say, wait, how
Hands
long
and
you and
toes.
Susu been together? 10 years?
Going on 10 years.
All right, so stuff is way more lax than 10 years ago. So say if
Oh,
you...
let's go back to 10 years.
No, I don't want to. Say y'all not married, you just, creeping up on her now, where stuff is more lax and people really don't care. Because 10 years ago, we was on it.
Everybody
now
was
people
in
don't,
there.
people don't really care. So, as y'all talking, it just happened to come up, how many people you...
Let me tell you.
Does you, no, I ain't done. Does you asking her? And she like, well, I'm under, I'm under 100.
She keep moving. I'm gonna be completely transparent here. Here. So my wife is sitting right there, so she can vouch for everything I'm about to say. My wife was very low, and I'm talking low, and that was a big part of why we stayed together.
She was low in number.
Very low in number, and that's the reason we stayed together.
Great. That was 10 years ago. Now, in a more laxed
Now,
society.
if we have a conversation and you talking, if it doesn't make sense, like, okay,
No, she's still the same person, same whatever. She just, then dropped that shit like a bag of ice a few times on a few people.
okay, let me repeat.
Say
let me-
25,
Let me,
25.
let me repeat myself.
25.
Yeah, 25 is damn near too much.
But how old are you? How old is she?
My wife just turned 28.
28. Say she started,
17.
no.
Too much. Keep it going.
No, I'm saying 17 in age. So she been having sex since
Right,
she was
so she was
17.
17, she's 28 now. She got 25 bodies.
I'm not changing my answer. Yes, that matters. Whether y'all want to agree to it or not, and we about to break it down, the body count of a woman determines her quality. Whether y'all agree to it or not.
Quality.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Quality.
does.
Oh,
say a lot
absolutely.
about you as a
Absolutely.
Quality?
Quality, absolutely. Absolutely.
Why you out here letting all these men interview like that?
Quality.
Absolutely.
So now the body count of a woman, because there's I want to say some women got, say like between 15 and 30.
That's a lot.
15 and 30. Who?
Okay.
Who we about to turn into owls? Who?
What's your count?
We ain't doing that. I'm definitely still
we
on one
not
hand.
Huh? You
I'm
on?
on one hand. I'm 29.
I'm not answering that
Let's keep
question.
going.
I will not.
Why?
Because I don't want to. That is personal information. That is up to me.
I'm gonna be honest. the
Just know
unfair-
I was married for 8 years.
Let's say this. I'm gonna say this before we even get into this conversation deeper. It is unfair between a woman and a man.
definitely
It's
is.
unfair. But one thing that women need to understand is that kids and body count and all that stuff do depreciate the quality of a woman.
Why does the quality of a woman have
Wait
to
a
be
minute.
depreciated
All right, hold
by
on,
who
hold
she
on.
sleeps with? That
Okay.
is so wrong to me.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
I don't even have a lie
I'm
and
gonna
it's
say
wrong.
when kids depreciate.
Nick said, fuck them kids.
I'm
not-
not
I'm
even
not
talking
saying
about
that.
kids.
You
I'm not
said
saying that.
kids.
You said click
You just said
kids.
Yeah, you did say kids.
Okay, well let's go back. Let's go back. Because if y'all meet a woman, it's the same way as if I approach.
I get what he's saying though. Because
the more kids you come to the situation with, it ain't the same.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
But the word depreciate is
okay, that's harsh.
That's so wrong. Depreciate and the word value that's hurtful.
It's
That's
unfair,
hurtful.
but it's the reality.
It's not. That is not.
So you
right.
telling me right now, if you go to a person, or if a woman go to a person with 3 kids versus a woman that has no kids, they're looked at as the same? Their value level?
Not value, but it depends on the preference of a person, because
I'm just saying,
the man can make a decision to that.
Not even preference or nothing. Let's just say you come to the table and y'all make the same money, y'all look the same, y'all everything is the same, but one has 3 kids and one has none. Who is the man gonna pick before?
It depends on the preference of the man, because
nine times out of 10,
he's gonna pick the one with no kids. So that's the reality of it.
I ain't no man.
Okay, let's say what you got 2 men that come to you, and everything in that man, the value, the money, the way he look, how tall, his dick, his paws, but his sex game, everything is the same. Mm-hmm. He fills the block. One has 3 kids, one has none. You telling me that you're...
That's different though.
No, it's not. A woman's gonna likely choose...
It's different.
No, it's different, bro. Listen, it is the difference between a man choosing a woman in this case, or a woman choose. Women are more accepting of men with kids than men. Men are accepting.
But I'm talking about they had only 2 options, and one both.
Bro, it doesn't matter.
I'm telling you, it is different. It's more straightforward with men than it is with women. Women will. A lot of them will concede, and they'll go for it if they feel as though that the man with kids will add more value to her. They will pick the man with kids. I'm talking about
if both of them add the same amount of value. They make the same amount of money. They get the same amount of personality.
I would have to say it's still a 50-50 toss-up.
It's still a 50-50 toss-up.
It's not 50-50 with a man in that case, but it is a 50-50 with the woman.
I'm gonna tell you
now I will say this. Now, if he got 15 kids...
I'm just talking about
versus a 0.
That's a lot.
Unfortunately,
I'm talking
a reality situation. The more kids that come into a situation, the more likely that person is. Like, you do bring more to the situation.
I agree with that.
And I'm not. It's unfair and it might be hurtful, but the reality of it is...
You need to come up with a different word than freaking value and depreciate, though.
Harder to date.
Because that's wrong. Because my value as a woman and everything that I've worked hard enough to be does not go down just for the simple fact that I didn't slept with 20 people or I got 4 kids.
So what are you going to say? What are you going to say? What are you going to say when you go to a car lot then, and then you go to a used car lot? You're going to say, what's the value of the car? You'll say,
how many drivers, how many miles, how many accidents?
I'm not a car. I'm not a car. I'm a human being.
But that's how men look at. I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. And I'm telling you that there are women who have worked on themselves for years.
And that's great.
And it don't matter how many people they didn't slept with. Those are still bomb women.
That's great, period. But your value goes down.
No, your value does not decrease.
It does.
No.
Whether you want, we can call up 100 men.
I am not doing that.
We call up 100 men right now.
You keep using that word value. That is horrible. That is horrible.
Harder to date, quality, whatever we want to use.
That is all horrible.
It's the truth.
That is all horrible. Okay. Who are you to even judge that woman?
Who
are you to judge? You're no one to judge that person.
Okay, let's not say me. Let's call up 100. Let's call 10 men.
You're not even on the playing field to even say that this woman has lost value in who she is because of what she has done.
More kids and more men? Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You're not the person to judge her. You can't judge. That's judging.
People still come into it with market value. Men and women.
At the end of the day, you're judging.
That's not judging. It's the truth.
It's still you judging.
That's not me judging.
Be like,
is it judgment or is it preference?
That's what I'm saying. Preference is okay. And that's what I said. You can have a preference to say, I don't prefer a woman with 20 plus bodies on her. That's something different. But to say that her value decreases because this is what she did, that's wrong.
Call it what it is, the truth. We can call any man.
No.
Whether you accept it or not doesn't mean it ain't the truth. We can ask any man, a woman that comes up and say, I got 2 bodies, 3 bodies, and a woman that say, I got 20. Those 2 women are looked at different.
Those are preferences.
No, it's not.
He just sat, that man sitting right next to you and just say he didn't care.
Mark, you telling me that if you had 2 women that come to you and they both make everything the same, and you telling me one got 20 bodies and one got 2, and one got 2 kids and one got none, you're going to look at them and say, hey, it don't matter to me. It's a flip of a coin.
It's not a flip of a coin. But there's other variables to look at when it comes
I'm
to the
talking
individual
about
woman.
I'm talking about nothing other variables. Y'all adding more to the situation. I'm talking about if everything is the same. Her body, her money, her mindset, everything is. Let's put it like this. Let's say they're clones. Let's say they're clones. They're two of the same people. One has 2 kids, one have none. You can't tell me a man is going to choose the one with 2 kids because she brings more to the situation.
But you don't know. What if the woman with 2 kids is more of a nurturer because he's expecting for him because he got kids,
But he's
for her to be able to take
he still
care
got
of
to
him.
deal with a baby dad.
It's a
He still got to deal with
preference.
a baby dad.
It's a
He still got to deal with a
preference.
child. There's still more that he has to deal with.
But it's a preference.
It's not a preference. You can ask any man.
Well, it is a preference.
It's a preference.
Now we can call
Everybody
any man
in the,
right now.
well,
I
then
think
call him
that-
then.
We can call
Then
any
call
man
him.
right now.
Call Tyrone then.
Listen, because it was once like
I can bet you
Okay,
a,
so
a
I've-
large amount of money.
listen.
Any man that y'all
Call
have-
Tyrone.
No, listen, wait. I've had children since I was 19 years old. So for the longest, I would always say, or I would date women who did not have kids. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I can only date people with kids now. That's my new preference for the standpoint that they know what I go through, they know what I deal with, and then I'm sick of dealing with the extra stuff that comes along with people or with women who don't have kids. Okay. Now I've learned over the years sometimes that don't matter either. But it was a preference at one point. My preference changed from dating women without kids to just dating women with kids because they understood. But again, you do have to deal with extra variables there when you say, okay, well, just because I'm not a crazy with my kids' moms, don't mean that man ain't crazy
That's what I'm
with
saying.
his, because
There's a lot
that's
that
an
go
extra,
into it.
it's a lot more that plays into it. So then it kind of makes you backtrack sometime. Like, all right, well, you know what? These women out here with no kids ain't too bad because they ain't coming along with nothing else.
There's a lot that go along
it is
with it.
a preference, and it does come
But
in.
it's a
lot
preference.
a lot of it comes with life experience, though.
Correct.
There's things that take a value of a man and a woman down, whether we like it or not.
What takes a man's down?
I'll tell you straight up, the way you look, how much money you make, all of that different stuff. I can't sit around here and say, hey, I'm 300 pounds and I'm on the same level as a man that's in shape because it's a preference. No, the reality of it is this, is that my value go down based on how I look, how much money I make, if I'm a high value man and all that different stuff. And if I got a lot of kids running around that I'm not taking care of. Like that makes my value go down. And you can say preference or not, but if you have 2 different people to choose from, a woman is going to say, you're going to have standards. And there's a value system and the market value of a person, whether we agree to it or not. When you hit the dating scene, there is a market value depending on reality of it as a woman is how many bodies you got, how many kids you bring to the table, what you do for a living, all that different stuff is going to be in the man's eyes about if I'm going to choose this person. That's a market value. The same thing with a man. How much money do you make? What kind of car do you drive? The reality of it, the difference, because a man can have more bodies than a woman, because women look at something like, if this man has a lot of women chasing him, he must be something. Yeah. So that value drives a man up. And the unfair advantage is it drives a man up to have more girls, but it drives a woman down to have a bunch of men.
That's true. I mean,
It's the truth.
It's one of those unfortunate
and it's
double standards.
I didn't make the double standard. I said it before we got into it. It's unfair.
Yeah.
But it's the truth.
Yeah.
I think value is in the eye of the purchaser or the buyer or the purveyor, whoever.
I have to
Because
I have to say that from the standpoint of even me looking for a car, since we brought up cars before, me personally, I don't want a G-Wagon. Mm-hmm. Some people say that's my dream car. I don't have a dream car. I just want something that's going to get me to and from. I have an Equinox. To me, that's of high value to me based on the fact that not too long ago I was walking and I was catching the bus. So, but to somebody else, they might say, well, an Equinox is not of much value to me based upon what my previous experience was. Right. And I think that dating is basically case-by-case scenario. We can't just overgeneralize. But let me say one more thing.
You mean to tell me?
Let me say one more thing, Nate. For me, when I was looking to date, like for me, I have 4 kids by 3 different women. For some women, that was a disqualifier. They said, like I just got a side eye. I saw it. I saw it over here. But for some women, they're like, man, you're a good dude, but I don't want to have to deal with everything that come with that. I respect that. For other women, it was like, hey, I'm going to love them like they're my own. Both women who had kids and women who don't have kids. So I think value is a dangerous word because it's so subjective. Mm-hmm. And it's not definitive. We can't just, it's not like, like you can measure Kanye not Kanye, Jay-Z or whoever's net worth because there's a solidified amount that they bring to the table. But
something
to me,
physical.
Kanye is not valuable to me because I don't care for many of his views or him as a person. But to another person, he might be the greatest thing walking on the face of the earth and representing his views. So value is case by case, in my opinion.
I mean, I respectively disagree. Because you mean
fine.
to tell me as a car, and I heard everything you said, we can go to different points. You mean to tell me, like you said, Equinox, we were talking about an Equinox.
Yeah.
And you have 2 Equinoxes on the lot. One Equinox has 200,000 miles.
Yeah.
That means that it's been driven more, it's been used more. They both clean, but one has 200,000 miles, the other one got 100. You don't put more value on one or the other?
Right, but once again, there's different variables that's at place. That $100,000 car can also break down on
Not
you too.
100,000. I said
100,000
miles.
Yeah, the miles. That's what I'm talking about.
That means that car's been used, but that 200,000 miles is likely to break down faster.
But even so, even with
but
two of the cars.
here's the thing: when it comes to the human experience, is that kind of disqualifies the notion that we could be made new.
Correct.
Like what comes with our belief system when it comes to, if I want to be forgiven for my past, I should be able to forgive somebody else for their past. And like, yes, there's some consequences that come along with that, but it's up to me if I want to deal with their consequences.
Okay, that's cool if you want to deal with it, but we're still not taking away the value and.
But who defines value?
Correct.
Well, that's why I said it's relative. That's why I said it's relative.
It's
when you
not
come to a man or a woman,
there's no standard to say that, you know what, you on set with 2 people, so you high on the market, and because I just slept with 30, now I didn't appreciate it.
Okay. So
But
can we break this? Okay. So
hold on, let me say,
wait.
Because even with a man, for me, even with a guy, I have talked to a guy who had 12 kids. I've talked to a guy who has 0 kids. I have talked to a guy who has 5 kids. I've talked to a guy who's had 2 kids. It doesn't matter. When I say talk to, I just mean literally talked. Y'all tripping. Anyways.
Anybody say?
But y'all said, shoot. No, ma'am. No, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I looked at each man for who he was. And if us as a people and us in this world are able to judge one another based on those things, then that's the problem with us. Because sin is sin. People are people.
Man, what? All right, that's very admirable.
No, we're not.
But so that's
no.
That's cool.
That's
but to touch on that a little bit,
whole world.
Well,
view.
that does not matter to you. I would definitely have to say, majority of men
99
are definitely
everybody except for Mark.
No.
He said 99.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
Mark
yet.
on the podcast.
No. He said 99.
But
Mark on the
let me
podcast.
see.
Mark wouldn't be talking this talk.
No, I really would.
No, he would. Listen.
I really would.
True or false? Majority of men, if they know that they lady was a jump off and had a lot of bodies, it's always gonna be in the back of their mind.
Yes.
True or false?
That's true.
We're gonna think about that. Y'all ain't gonna think about that. So we as men, we're possessive when it comes to that. We don't want to know. Let me put it out there too. Most men are not gonna ask you your body count. We do not want to know who or how many men been in there. Now, how we find out is obviously through the grapevine, because we all talk and we ask questions too. Like, do you know such and such? What you know about such and such? We find out that she's a jump off. Then you can kind of tell which ones are like that. But let's just say you get one that's like that. We're not asking that question. We're not leading with that. We don't want to know. So if we happen to find out that this joker was a jump, it's gonna play in your head just like that TikTok. He's like, wait, you had how many? Now 340 is excessive, but just like You know, if you had like 120, it's just like, as a man, you think about how many men. It's just like, dang, I hope. So now you wondering like, man, so how many of these jokers have we come across when we've been at an event?
Thank you.
Or you say hi. We've been in the mall. Or we, you know, and just, oh, that's my friend. Oh, that's my brother. Oh, we just cool.
That's my best friend.
And here, my man then knocked it off.
I sleep a lot better at night knowing it's been 1 or 2 penises than 20 that I got to worry about. And I'm not saying that that's my wife. I'm just saying, using the numbers that Kanisha said, about a woman that had 2, I will sleep a lot better knowing it's only 2 dudes roaming this earth than 20 or 30. That's just.
So I think that's more so where, you know, placing of, because men, like if a man knows, and now granted, a man could know and still look past that. That goes to what Mark said, a person being renewed. Because I dated a reformed jump off before.
Reformed jump off.
She was a jump off, and I knew it, but she was changing her life. She was in the church, and she was changing her life. She had changed her life.
So you telling me you'll look past the bandit?
No, I ain't looking past the bandit.
Thank you.
That's a bit much.
And let's switch our version.
But I'm
just talking marriage. I ain't talking about dating.
But I'm saying I almost married the Joker. But listen, I'm just saying.
Talking about the bandit came to you.
No, I'm not touching the bandit.
Wow,
Thank you.
Wait, what's the bandit?
You.
I'm not touching the
The
bandit.
bandit is a jump off. Let's just say that.
So the bandit got caught. She was at a party, and she was in the back of a car, and had a line outside the car. They was flipping heads or tails.
Oh,
Shut the heck up.
Then whatever it landed on is what she got. If it
So you
landed on
telling
head,
me-
she would top you off a lip. If it landed on
So
tails,
Mark-
then she got it from the
So
back.
you sitting here telling me if the bandit was
called the
reformed,
bandit.
the bandit was reformed, you give her a chance.
That's not my preference.
It's not my preference.
It's not my preference. But
It's
that
not my
doesn't.
preference.
Mark is a
Who am I?
professional.
Who am I to say what her value is, though?
Right.
Now, for me,
If the
I would prefer that to have not happened. Mm-hmm. You know, but no, that would not be.
Y'all
my
would have
preference.
to leave. Y'all would have to leave town
Yeah,
to live.
yeah,
a
that
normal
would be
life.
hard, bro.
Because if you
be
stayed
hard.
around in the same town, then you don't know who was lined up outside that car.
But that's like a one in a. How often does that happen? Well,
a lot,
never mind.
a lot, based on this conversation, I guess.
I'm a church boy. I'm sorry.
A lot.
That's crazy.
What that mean?
Now, at the same time,
Y'all got him sitting right in there.
now at the same time, I will admit some of the most provocative and promiscuous activities happens within the church. But
There you go.
for people to be flipping coins and all that stuff, that's new to me.
Yeah.
I never heard
That's
that.
new.
Yeah, the bandit,
never heard
the
that.
bandit was getting the bag.
I didn't even know that
Man,
was a
listen,
term.
I know chicks out here that was getting
Bandit.
2. I know chicks out here getting ran through. I know chicks that was one nighter. To me, if I'm dating to marry. If I just can't do it. I know some of the nicest women out here that, you know, had a train.
Can I ask this?
And I just can't look past that.
I'm glad you ain't
Is
gone.
it possible
I'm glad too.
that our views and our preferences are based on what our sexual history is?
Yes.
So from
In some
my
cases,
standpoint,
yes.
I can't count on one hand. I'll just say that much. I can't count on one hand how many that I've been with.
I can.
You said you
I've been-
can or you can't.
I cannot. I cannot. It would probably be a round of applause. All right.
My nigga.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. So who would I be to say that a woman body count matters to me when I cannot be definitive in saying what mine is? Know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a beautiful thing. But in the
sure.
real world,
Well,
we live in.
I'm gonna say this. I'm with you, Mark, all the way until you got to the end. Because
Yes.
I can't count on 2 hands, but I sure enough don't want to be counting on 10 hands for the woman that I'm with.
And I don't either. But once again, I'm not saying
It's still a
that
preference.
that's my.
Yeah,
that's the way
but
I would
also,
go.
but also, I ain't asking no questions.
I ain't asking.
I don't.
It's some stuff I don't want to
My
know.
whole thing when
Some-
you
yeah,
when you
some
come
stuff
across
I'm good.
when you
I'm
come
good
across a woman, and I think like we're talking about us, and you know, let me not say Chocolate City because you got the cream of the crop, and y'all do too. When we talking about people that could just pick and choose,
What?
I'm saying people, y'all got the cream of the crop. I mean, y'all can probably, I don't know everybody, but y'all can probably pick and choose who y'all want to be with. So to other people that might not be able to say, hey, because there's a lot of men that can't. There's not a lot of men that have the options to say, hey, I want her. A lot of men say, I'm gonna take what I can get. But when you're talking about men that can say, you know what, relatively I can go out and typically get what I want, there's not too many men that's going to look past body counts. And that's the reality. When you can say, you know, I can go out and if I can walk in a club, I can get any one of these girls, that man is going to have high value on what he wants.
Yeah, that's true.
But when you get a man that maybe can't go out and get what he want, and maybe can't gotta take what he can get, then them the type of men that might say, and I'm not saying you, Mark, by all means.
I didn't take that way.
I heard about you. but what I'm saying is,
Could you say pause? That was a moment.
No.
I just learned that. I think that pause.
That was an underneath compliment. What I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, when you let's just say Dre, for instance. Dre is one of the few people I know that can go out and typically pick who he want. I got a couple homies that can typically, if we walk into a party, they got their choices and their options of who they want. You talk to them guys, body count is gonna matter. Unfortunately, body count is gonna matter. Same thing I would say with women too. If you can walk into a room of guys and you had the options to pick who you want, you're gonna start picking them off, checking them off based on different value systems. Okay, I don't want him. He don't make enough money. He ain't tall enough. He ain't this. He ain't that. And women has been doing that for years.
But that's a preference.
But the second a man come in and he starts saying this, R.P. Kevin Samuels, because that's why he was hated. Y'all want to agree to or not? That's why Kevin Samuels was hated, because he was the first person that started really saying what market value is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a preference, though. If I like a short man or if I like a tall man, that's my preference.
But you get to choose which one you want based on what you want.
It's a preference, though. Yeah, you're right. I do get to choose because it's my preference.
But I'm trying to tell you,
so
that might be your preference. But
if you prefer a woman with 5 bodies versus a woman with 30 bodies, that's on you.
But when we start taking, I can guarantee
But for you to put a woman on a Richter scale, like we in the 3rd grade, and put them on a list to grade them, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. Well,
you're wrong.
You got to look at every man that walk outside and
you're
say they're wrong.
I don't care which way
okay,
or
so
what flavor of Kool-Aid you put it in.
Every man
you're
is
wrong.
You got to say every man is wrong.
So we're saying
you got to look at every man out here and say that they're wrong.
So listen,
I'm just trying to figure out why you're trying to speak for every man to say that
every man out here wrong. Every man out here wrong.
Just like you couldn't believe that there was munchies out there, I cannot believe.
We can start calling. We can start calling.
Then call Tyrone. I said that 30 minutes ago.
Hey. No, call Richard.
Give me my phone. Give me anybody's phone, and y'all can randomly select any man. Sile, go through your phone and randomly select any man.
No, listen.
I can guarantee you.
Listen.
Y'all can select random men out there, and I can guarantee you every man will say that there is a value set on bodies.
While he calls it a list, and you're saying that's not true, I will have to say that's true on both sides, women and men, because you want to call it preferences. He's calling it a list. You can call it standards. Someone can call it values. Someone can call it criteria.
But
somebody can hold on. Forget all of that. Forget all of that. It's all the same stuff. And guess what? Women do it too. There's a lot of men out here. Hold on. There's a lot of men you are not gonna look twice at because of what he driving, because of what's on his feet, his shoes. It's one of the first things y'all look at as women. Am I right?
I always said that.
Shoes, clothes, what he driving, haircut,
money.
Then you go to money. You automatically assume, because of all that, he probably ain't got the money. You've even stated before, a man has to make a certain kind of money because of how you want to live. Mm-hmm. So that's still, you're placing some type of value.
No, it's a preference.
But you're still placing some kind of value on him, though.
Because I can very easily.
I don't disagree with that.
If I could very easily switch it up, very easily switch it up and be like, I don't mind a broke man.
But it ain't what you want, and it's not.
It ain't what I want.
And even though you could switch it up, we all could. And we all can switch it up, but we choose not to because it's not what we want.
It's not what I want.
Because the value of life we want to live and lead ain't in that person that we looking at.
Mm-hmm. But to put a value on a woman,
women do that all the
time. But women that's what I'm saying women put value on men.
I don't put value on a man.
The second you say I need a man to make this much money, you are though, whether you agree to it or not, because you're saying that a man that makes more money is a more valuable man.
No, I said there's 3 classes of women. That's what I said. One who could deal with women who are with a man that is in I'm building phase. I said there is a woman that could deal with a man that's in. I didn't started my business and I'm continuing to. That was the ambitious man, the one who is starting in the middle and getting his business off the ground. And there's one who's already made it. I said I wouldn't be able to deal with the man that's here.
So that's
personally.
low value, medium value, high value.
No,
Yes.
it's not. It's not. It's a different. It's for sure preference because I've dealt with the man in this area, and I say I don't want to do that anymore.
Most women
It's a
put
standard.
it's a value set that women put on men. But then men is wrong when we come out and say we don't want women with a lot of bodies and kids.
What you got, Sile?
I didn't say you was wrong.
No, I
You
just
did. You said this
No.
whole time.
Wait,
You said you are wrong.
wait.
No, I'm
Hold
saying-
on. Sile, go ahead, because you ain't spoke much on this. Go ahead.
I've just been listening, but Fred, like, yeah, we gotta bow gracefully on this one.
Thank you.
I just think that
no, you're not gonna put no value on.
No,
no
I
woman.
just
But we
think
put
that-
value on men.
Hold on,
not
let her
your
go. Let her go.
I just think
Sick of
that,
this bullshit. Go ahead.
I just think that maybe like it's coming across as like offensive because of the words that he's choosing. Because when you think about value and depreciating, it's like who you
That-
think you is? Tell me
yeah,
about that.
exactly.
But at the end of the day, like when you break it all down, everybody does it. You do it, I do it, men do it, women do it, and we just call it something different to make it smooth it over and make us not sound like assholes. You know what? You ain't that valuable of a man because you don't drive this type of car, and I don't really fuck with you because you got a bucket. You're not going to say that, but your preference is whatever you like. Let's say you like a man that drives a big ass Tahoe. That's your preference, opposed to a man that's driving a little 1980s. That's like classic. A 19,
Is
just
it
a bucket.
2000.
A 2000,
Anything
you know,
past that, no.
Hyundai,
Buick Century.
something like that.
Let's not
That's
say
your
a car out there
preference.
because, you know, it's people that
So
drive that.
your
A Buick
word
Century.
and his word, they're different words, but when you
It means
start,
the same.
it's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
boiling down into the same thing. His just sounds harsher because he's using words like depreciate and value, and it's like, wait a minute, nigga, that's a little much. But
that's
at the
why I
same time,
said-
it's the same thing.
But that's why I said. That's why I did say. I said you can't use value and you can't use depreciate.
Why can't he though?
Because women
Because
do the
it's
same
wrong.
thing.
I do not do
women
Because when
is
you hear
wrong then.
depreciate and value,
not
it sounds
do
like
that.
it's
I do
taken
not
away
do
from a
that.
person.
But let me
Yeah,
ask you
it's-
this: a grown
it's-
ass nigga, and now, excuse my language, and I'm trying to cancel nigga, so y'all messing me up. A grown
Not
ass,
our fault.
no, y'all messing me up now. A grown ass man that's 40 years old, living in his mama's basement, talking about I'm trying to build my business. That is a low value man, and that is a depreciating bum. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Wait, say that one more time.
That's wrong.
A 40-year-old
say
man
it.
that
Let
live
me-
in his
let me
mom's
take it back.
basement trying to build his business. He
No,
called him a bum.
because you get a lot of people that say I'm trying to build a bit, but you really just sitting on your ass. A man that's sitting there playing video games at 40 years old, ain't got no job, looking for a job,
Okay.
begging for this,
That's
begging
better.
for that, got his woman
That's
paying
better.
his bills, going out to dinner, a woman paying for him and all this. That's a bum. That's a low value man. I don't care if that man is 6'4", built with a long ass dick. Let's call it what it is. That's a bum because of the value system of where he at. The same way a bad chick walking around this mug with a Louis purse and doing all this stuff, but she running around with 30 bodies and 7 kids running around here. That's a low value woman, whether we say it or not.
It just sounds
But women could say it. But we lived in a world. We lived in a world that women have said it for years. But now when a man come out and say it, everybody's mad.
No. For me, my grandmother always said, "There's a woman for every man."
Tissue.
I'm
Tissue.
not tissue.
About to cry.
I was
knock
not
it
about to cry. Don't do that.
You need tissue.
You do too much. There is a woman for every man.
I believe it.
Even though there was that bum
He
on
can
the
find
couch
he can
and
find
his
a low
grandmother,
value woman.
he's
He can find a low value woman.
he cannot
Low
find
value
no
for low value. Low value for
No,
low value.
No, and even if it's so, then it's okay.
Yeah, I
but
never said there's nothing wrong with
but
it.
I'm saying that at the end of the day, that regardless of whatever it is, that us as a human beings, it's wrong for us to flat out say, and me to put my stamp of approval and say, you're low value. It's wrong. Regardless of what the world may say, whatever is on your Richter scale or whatever it is, it's wrong. And it goes against 100% of the Christian value.
Everybody ain't
Because-
Christians.
No, it don't.
Everybody
No,
ain't
but no, it
Christians.
It doesn't matter.
And does it say that in the Bible?
No,
but
it
all
don't.
of us.
No,
Is that
it doesn't.
biblical? Or is
No,
that
it don't.
wait,
No.
wait? Is that biblical or is that just religion?
No, because the Bible says those who without sin cast the first stone.
What do value got to do with sin?
Because
We ain't talking about sin.
regardless of whatever it is, the same stuff.
No,
No,
value
it's
and sin
not.
are two different
No,
things.
what I'm saying to you is that at the end of the day, God wasn't just talking. I mean, Jesus, was that Jesus with the song? Yeah, that was Jesus. Jesus wasn't talking just about sin, okay?
Well, he was talking about value too, huh?
No, he wasn't just talking about sin. He was talking about judging. That was the lesson.
I'm not
Wait, hold on,
judging
wait,
by
wait,
calling
wait, wait.
water wet.
Wait, we ain't about to misquote the Bible.
I'm not trying to be. I'm not
Listen,
judging nobody by calling water wet.
Mark, Jesus always talked in parables.
I'm not judging nobody.
No, even Jesus talked in parables. If he talked in parables, you understand? It wasn't necessarily that we're talking that Jesus, that the water turned into wine. It was just a simple fact that that's a bad one. That was a bad one. Okay, it wasn't just a simple fact that the prodigal son didn't come home. I mean, who he left and he came back home. It was a whole message of forgiveness and second chances. It wasn't just necessarily literal,
What that
but
got
the
to do
whole,
with value?
because at the end of the day, if I say, Sayo, you are worthless because you don't have this done about you. You don't have this. You didn't finish this and you didn't start this. And now because you didn't do that, you're low value. The whole point of it is that I'm judging her. And we're not supposed to judge each other in that way.
I don't believe that that's judging.
It is judging.
No, it's not.
It's
really.
judging. There is no way that you can. I am putting a judgment on you and said, my stamp of approval, you're low value.
So what's the difference of saying we got to do better as people?
That's what I'm saying. We got to do better as people.
So we can't tell a person, yo, listen, as a man, get your stuff together. Stop living and living off your woman. Stop saying it. We can't do that. That's a
Listen.
judgment to say, bro, we got to get it together.
I'll say
That's not judging.
No,
And to tell
it's
a
a
racial-
difference between. There is a difference between trying to say, you know what, bro. Even though you are in this moment right now, I believe that you want better for yourself. And for you to be able to, okay, so if this is what you want, boom, let's go here.
What's the
boom,
key word
let's
that
go
you said in
this.
that though? You said you believe, not him. You're forcing your beliefs on him. So that's
No,
still
I
judgment.
said you believe. That means
No, you just said
no.
I
I'm
believe.
talking-
You said
no.
you said I believe that you want, but
Based on
that's-
what you told me, that's what I said.
wording is everything.
No, I said based on what you told me. Meaning,
You go
I'm
listen
not
to
about
this back, and I hope you
I'm
do.
not gonna go ahead.
That ain't what you
Listen,
said.
I'm not gonna go ahead and go speak up or talk to someone like for Sayo, okay, or Mark. I know Mark for years, right? I know what Mark. Me and Mark have sat down. We have talked, and since me and Mark have sat down and we talked, there are certain aspects of his dream and the things that he wants to accomplish that I know about him. So that means when he goes against what his word says, I'm gonna come to him and say, "Bro, that's not what you said."
Do you feel like you have to judge a little bit to date?
Have to judge a little bit to date.
Whether you don't want to outright say I'm judging you, but do you feel like we all judge when we're making decisions
Yes.
on who and what we want when we're
Yes.
dating?
I feel like before.
You about to make up a lie.
No, I'm not about to make up a lie.
You got to answer that question directly.
No, I feel like if we do things the way we're supposed to do.
No.
You're
friend.
not answering the
Do
question
you
directly.
feel like when we are, all right, y'all, I'm ready to start dating. Show me my roster. There's going to be some yeses. There's going to be some nos. How do we determine who it is that we're going to, we're going to swipe, what is it, swipe left or swipe right? What is determining factors that we're swiping
Your
the
judgment.
yeses or the nos?
You making a judgment
You're
call.
making
Or
a judgment
a
call
Richter scale on what you want.
you want and what you don't want. Whether you don't want to call it judgment or casting the first stone or all of that, you're judging this in some way, shape, or form, whether you be nice about it or whether you just be like, no, this nigga's a bum, or whether you be like, Fred, your dreams, aspirations. At the end of the day, there's some sort of judgment going on.
I don't want to say it was judgment. I would say I still say it's a preference because there's literally certain things that I know as a preference, that I know as someone. Well, let's look up, how about this? Let's pull out a thesaurus.
For what?
Because let's see, because if is it a synonym or antonym? Synonym, okay. Because if judgment and preference and all of those things are the same thing, then it's going to all align. They're all going to be a synonym, right? They're going to be a synonym of each other.
Let's say I
But
got.
you have to judge. What side was saying?
Let's
I
say,
agree
hold on,
with
wait.
her.
Let's say I got Morris Chestnut here. And let's say I got Nick Cannon here. And I'm just going off of the world knowing Nick Cannon got 99 kids.
Exactly.
And Morris Chestnut
Exactly.
got a few, whatever. When it comes down to, let's just go off of that. When it comes down to
Y'all not flipping a coin.
We're not, and I don't, you know what? I don't even want to put it on everyone. Because hell, there's clearly women that love what Nick Cannon has going on, that they keep lining up to be the next one in line. So then when you come, I'm only going to speak for me. I wouldn't choose Nicholas strictly off. I ain't talk about nothing but what I see, his offspring. That's a lot, and that's too much for me. It's a preference, yes, but it's also a judgment. Nigga, you out here slinging dick left and right, blah, blah, blah. Why you doing that? Morris, thank you for saving your semen and only dropping it a few times. And then at the end of the day, you're going to go.
So you telling me we can't make a decision for ourselves without judging someone else?
Without making a judgment
as harsh
call.
as it sounds, we do it all the time.
Does it.
Everybody does it.
But when a man do it, he's wrong. Go ahead, shoot. What is it?
So the preference, I'd look at both of them.
And they probably coincide with each other.
We need to come to a mic or. Okay.
Say
Here,
it, friend.
take this out. Hand the mic to the.
Oh, we passing the mic like we in church.
Introducing Shamari.
Okay, so we have preference. Preference and judgment both have the same word bias in it, desire, and choice. But they both similar synonyms for those words
Bias.
together.
We're preferencing and we're judging people. We're all saying the same thing.
Yours just sounds a lot nicer
sounds
than
nicer.
his.
Yeah, I definitely need to say it better then.
Yeah.
No.
need to say it
Well,
better.
if we're being
So you
clear,
saying they
wait.
just
If
had
we're
the
being,
same, they
if
had
we're
the
being,
same
if we're being
synonyms.
clear, she did.
But
We
does
don't
that
even know
mean
what a
it's the
word
same?
is. She's just saying don't say judgment or value.
No, I said
She
it's
likes
preference.
Oh, you like preference?
I've been saying it the whole time.
But preference still means judgment and value. We just proved that judgment it still means
and you know I've been saying it the whole time.
Saying what?
Preference.
and they both are similar meaning.
I'm trying
So
to filter through the BS that you over here saying.
You know I
Thank
know
you.
it. What I'm saying is not BS, and you know it's not BS.
it is.
No,
you
no,
know
no.
it's
I
not.
get, no, here. Listen,
no, it's
I
not.
get that
You're not
pro
gonna
woman.
just put
I get that
a
you're pro woman,
value-
and you. What it is?
No, it ain't
You think that it was an
pro-woman.
attack on women, and we're not attacking women. I don't think Nick's. That's not Nick's intention. I hope that. Am I right there? He may be a little, but it's not as. And we're not attacking
My
women.
biggest thing is this. It's
It's
just
just-
that women can do that to men.
Yes.
Women can
And
say
we know
all
that.
the second
Cuss us out from
whether
head to
you
toe
like it or
saying
not, the
this
second
stuff.
you say I don't want a man that don't make enough money, that's a judgment, that's a preference. And women can do that all the time because there's great men. Because the reality of it, most women will say, "I want a man that makes $100,000 to $150,000." That is that's like 5% of all men. And if we talking about black men, that's down to like 2 to 3.
Under.
But see, let's
So
say,
when we're saying that we want a man that makes that much money, we're saying I don't want 98% of all men because I want that 1% just because he make a lot of money, not because he's a good dude, not because not. So women has been doing it for years. The second, and whether y'all like him or not, the second Kevin Samuels hit the scene and started talking about value and low value and high value, they hated him because his message was what women could say for years. The second a man say it, then now he's wrong.
but see, the other part of that, of what I said, is that I don't expect anything from him that I don't expect of myself. That was the other part that I said.
What do you mean?
I said that I would like for him to make a certain amount of money, but I'm not expecting him to make that certain amount of money, and I don't have it either.
So you can only. So what you're saying is you want a man that can make what you making.
No, I said I'm not expecting anything from him that I can't do for myself.
But there's a difference can't do and doing. I think we all got the ability
I
to make more
don't
money.
expect anything from him that I don't expect of myself.
So right now,
That's just it.
so what we have to say. So right now, you're telling me you need a man that's making what you're making at this moment.
I want to be at a certain echelon. That's where I want to be. So I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here and be like, I just want a man that has this, and I'm not gonna be going after it too.
And I get that, but that's still a value saying I want to. And if I only got, and if most men only got 4 or 5 bodies, what's wrong with him saying I don't want a woman that got more bodies than me?
It's a preference. That's okay. But for you to say that a woman's value has depreciated and she's just now worthless, because you can't say
Whoa,
value
I
without
didn't say
worthless.
worthless.
You can't say value without
Yes,
worthlessness.
you can.
No,
Yes,
you
you
can't.
can. Like I said, that 200,000 mile
That's like
car
saying high
it still can
and
get
low. It's like saying high and low. You can't say
But
high
I
without
never
low
said
being
worthless.
there.
I never said worthless. Just because you're
When you say value,
No,
worth
I never
has to
said
come
that.
into
Now you put
worthlessness
words in
has
my
to
mouth.
come back.
No,
Okay,
it's
so-
not.
okay.
Because of the
Because
car.
that's
no,
what
hold on.
I hear.
Like I just told.
Hold on,
that's
quick.
what.
Whoa.
Hold on. Let me say this.
Hold on. Wait.
Debating.
She just said
It's
that's
a
what.
good debate, but we got to calm down.
Key word she
Calm
said
down.
is that's what she hears. That's
Right.
not what I said.
Right.
Because when I said, Mark, which car you gonna choose? That Equinox has 200,000 miles. It's still gonna get you from A to B.
Yes.
You still have it's still a value set. Why do you ask for Carfax? If it ain't no value, why are we even talking about bodies? Why is bodies ever a conversation if it's not a value set?
I don't know why I want to say their body.
And why don't you ask? Dre just said, I don't want to know. There's a reason why I don't want to know, because I don't want to know the truth. Because now I have to take in reality of who you are
And judge you.
and judge you. So that's the reason.
Shu brought up a good point.
Wouldn't nobody have that conversation
What's
if
her
it
point?
wasn't a value set? It wasn't a value placement.
What
Because-
did she say?
When you were asking why do we even ask about bodies, and then Shu said, why do people not even want to say their bodies?
Because it's
Said
a value
because she
placement.
said when I said mine, I had no problem with saying I was still on one hand, but she didn't say hers. So
I'm
it's
not
like
saying mine.
but it's like a why though, because
Because
Well,
it's
I
a
don't want to.
Because it's a value placement.
It's
not saying
a
like
value
you
I'm not
should
saying
say
that,
nothing
because
like
it's
that.
literally
Yes.
no. Mine's not even high. It's just a simple fact that I really feel like asking for people's body counts is childish. It's literally childish. And I am not
I disagree.
subject to you asking me what my stuff is, and then I got to say it out loud on the freaking air. That's personal. It's personal for me.
That's fair.
It's
And
personal.
and that's
And that's the
understandable.
reason why I ain't saying it.
But I don't believe that it's childish. That's my opinion. I don't think. That's
I don't believe it's childish. When you're
Shoot.
dating a person,
I
I
was
don't think it's childish.
that's not childish.
I was married for the last 8 years. So clearly it's not high. It's super low.
But Kenisha, nobody's talking about you.
But I'm just saying.
I feel like you feel like I'm attacking you. I'm
No,
not attacking
I'm
you.
talking.
Can we make
No,
it clear
it's
that
not-
just that doesn't?
I'm
mean
not
anything,
attacking you.
No,
Just
I'm
'cause
not
you're married
feel like
for
you're
8
attacking.
years, that
No,
doesn't mean
what
anything.
I'm saying
I'm not
is that
attacking
there was
you.
a span of my life that it was only with one person. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And that's a
Okay.
great thing. But if you have a woman and if you have a woman that's saying she's only 20, let's say 25 to 30, and she has 60 bodies and she ain't been in a marriage and she's jumping from dick to dick, and now you ready to settle down, almost every man's gonna look at that woman and say, whoa,
No,
now,
that's true.
how many you got now?
Not
And what's the situation?
And we have to look at the climate of where we're at too in 2022. Most women are out here super aggressive and kind of like they love saying men are dogs, but they out here like men. They're operating like men, and they are boasting about how many bodies they have.
But there's men.
And they're not only boasting, but they're describing how they do it, and they're very proud of the fact that I treat men like X, Y, and Z. So
You know what I just learned today also? I just found out that Leonardo DiCaprio, he dates women from 22 to 25 and he drops them. And he goes in this cycle. And you know what his reasoning behind only going up to 25? Because they have a lower body count. And he puts value on that. And most men put value on that. You can go listen to tons of men. A lot of men, it's very, a lot of men. If you ever watch, and this might be a very extreme thing to say, but if you ever watch the movie Taken, there's a reason why that woman was about to be auctioned off for millions of dollars because she was a virgin. There's a value set whether we agree to it or not.
that's true.
Whether we want to agree, let me not say value or depreciate, but there's a higher standard on that woman that doesn't have that many bodies.
We better get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. This was a good debate. Here's what I will say. I will put these things out there. Now, just because you got a lot of bodies does not mean that you are worthless.
Yes.
And also, just because you're at a certain, you have been in a certain point or place of your life does not mean that you cannot build value. So just because you're in one place now does not mean that you're going to be there 10 years from now. But as we all know, everybody ain't for everybody anyways, no matter if you high value, medium value, or low value, or worth. Everybody ain't for everybody. So everybody ain't gonna like you, and you ain't gonna be everybody's cup of tea anyways. So it don't matter what you got at the end of the day.
Somebody might see that
say
low
this also?
body count as you
Yes.
inexperienced.
And
You
I
don't
will
know
say
what
that
the hell you doing.
Yes, a lot of people strike gold all the time. Low value men, low value women sometimes strike high value, and then that brings them up and elevates them because they challenge
Can I
themselves.
say this
So
also? Because there's also a group of women that run around saying, "Yeah, I'm a virgin," but they throat ain't no virgin. They run around. No, we all heard of them women. I ain't gonna give up the jaws, but I suck your dick. That's still trash.
Out of here.
We all heard of them women that,
Hey, we appreciate y'all for listening. Please like, subscribe
Am I
to the
lying, Mark? How many
podcast
women-
on YouTube. Check out our social media pages. He ain't lying.
I know we all met that guy sucking your dick, but you ain't getting in this.
For a
Now.
cheeseburger.
End it now.
Hey, play the moments, pause the memories, stop the pain, and keep the happiness on repeat. Peace.
What's up?
BVU fam, we just wanted to take the time to thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered.
Because you know we love y'all.
And we miss y'all too.
Thank you for your support.
And we want you to take time out of your busy day and go check out our TikTok, our Instagram, and our Facebook. And for those of you who are not listening or watching on YouTube, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
And we also got, listener letters. So if you guys ever have a question that you want us to address, if you ever just want to write in and say, you know what, Nick, your hair is always on point, or Big Mama is so funny, or Special K is so crazy, or that Dre always getting at the women.
Special K.
Special K is crazy. But you can write us at info@blendedviewsunfiltered.com. That is info@blendedviewsunfiltered.com.
And always remember,
Play the moments.
Pause the memories.
Stop the pay.
and keep the happiness on repeat. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.